What's up, y'all, and welcome to another episode of Finding Your Purpose. You guys, excuse the fans in here, they're so loud. Sorry, but with that being said, the show must go on, you guys. Um, Before we get started, I just want to remind everybody to please like and share the videos. That way we can get the other things we have planned going. But I need 1,000 or more followers, so let's get that going, you guys. And with that being said, let's get into today's topic. I know you guys seen about a week or maybe 2 weeks ago at the most, um, the shooting that happened in Jacksonville. It was at a Dollar General, and I decided to talk about that because these type of things are really, really just nerve-wracking, and they don't seem to, you know, I guess stop. The nice way to put it. They don't seem to stop. Once again, mental screenings, well, proper mental screenings would help. So you have this man, Christopher Ryan, who apparently he was going through so much, like depression, confusion. He went through a series of losing his job, dropped out of college. Just nothing was going right for him. Nothing at all. He stayed to himself, stayed in his room, and here's the kicker, you guys. He apparently he was being evaluated at a mental facility, and he left there and just thought, you know, nothing's getting better. I He was just tired of everything, so he decided to go to a Family Dollar, which he used to be employed there. Now, it didn't say if he just left that job or if he lost that job, but we do know he used to be employed there, and his whole plan was to go wreak havoc at that store. But apparently, the guards, whisked him away. And plus, he knew a few people that he had seen, and he had got tired of waiting. So he left there and he went to a nearby university where he stopped in the parking lot and he put on all his armor and all this stuff. And then he drove to the Dollar General, which was not too far. No, in doing the research, they say down the road. Now, I don't know how far down the road that could be, because in some cases, most people say down the road, and it could be a block or maybe 2 blocks away. It just depends on what they consider down the road. So he drives there, gets out, goes in, and takes the life of 3 people One was a gentleman just coming into the store to do shopping, and one was an employee of the Dollar General that was trying to get away, and one was a shopper. And then, of course, you know, he took his own life. But my thing is, he went and got evaluated and all this. Why was he let out? Why? I don't understand. Why was he let out? He had went a few days prior to this happening. Why was he able to be free? See, this is what I'm talking about. Do proper work. Do the proper work. Yes, we need mental screenings, but do it properly. And his dad, I don't know what to think about the dad, because quite frankly, I don't know if the dad is just cooperating with the police, or if he really cares about what his son has done, or if it's just shit, it can't get any worse. The damage is done, so I better start talking. But nonetheless, the father is talking to the police, and that's how you find out how he was suffering from depression. He dropped out of school. He lost his job. He did excuse me. He basically just stayed to himself. Excuse me, guys. I had to take a drink. That way I keep coughing. So yeah, basically he stayed to himself, dealing with all his issues. So I'm at a loss. I just don't understand. And when I say this, please don't think I'm being, cold hearted or anything like that. Because they say they found a journal where he was saying he hates black people. And my thing is, yeah, there are some people out there who doesn't like a race for whatever reason they may feel. But you can't get rid of, a race. So the way I see it is, if you are one of them that have hatred in your heart for a race for whatever reason, why don't you just go off to your own little part of land, and you and the people that feel like you guys just stay to yourself. Because united we stand, divided we fall. There's some of every race everywhere. It's time to stop this ignorance of not liking someone because of their race. We cannot help what race we are born into. We cannot help what family we're born into. We're just born into the race, the family, and the values that are set. Now, racism, to me, is a taught behavior. It's a taught and learned behavior. Nobody is born hating someone because of their race, skin color, or this, that, and the third. You are taught to be that way. So I'm I'm not okay with that. But I am sick of that because we live in one world. So why can't we all just get along? You know, like, because like I said previously, we can't help what race we are born into. Nobody can. It's not like we can choose, oh, I'd rather be African American. Oh, okay, I'd rather be Caucasian. Or, no, we cannot. We are born the way God wanted us to be born. He makes no mistakes. So, this type of stuff right here is just pure ignorance. And me personally, I think he had a lot of other issues going on, and it had nothing to do with the race of some people. Because clearly, if he really wanted to take action, and if he was really serious about it, he would have. How come he didn't take action at the other store he was at? No, I think this is all, I don't want to say an attention grab, but you kind of can't steer away from that because supposedly, like I said, he went and got evaluated. And, oh, here's another kicker, you guys. His dad did say he stopped taking his meds. So obviously, his mind wasn't right. Which is another reason I don't think he should have been let out of the hospital where he was being evaluated. I don't think he should have been let out because this type of stuff could have been avoided. Because I believe if he was on meds and he got evaluated and all that, and they let him go, obviously his mind probably was racing. He probably had a bunch of shit on his mind, because let's not forget, he was dealing with, depression and, loneliness and all this kind of stuff. This kind of stuff plays with your mind. So he probably just did anything to act out, and it cost some random people he didn't even know. It cost them their lives as well as his own. Obviously, he was sick, and he should not have been let out of the institution where he was being evaluated. He should not have been able to leave. They should have kept him there for, 24 hours or 48 hours, however they do it. They should have kept him there. He shouldn't have been able to go. And his dad said he found all this by searching the room. Now, I don't know if he just searched that one time and then he discovered all this, or it was numerous times and now he's talking. But from my thoughts. Now, this is just me thinking. If you know your son or your child, because it doesn't have to just be your son, if you know your child is kind of staying to themselves, and they've been through, a series of downs more than ups, pay attention, get in their business. Get in their business. Even if they tell you, no, mom, dad, whatever, get out of my business. Get in their business. Because you could be the one to save lives. And obviously, his son needed help. He really did need help. And now, if the father knew that his son was having episodes like this, why didn't you stay on him? Don't wait till something tragically happens and then speak out. Stay on him. He would always say he stayed to himself, stayed in his room. I wonder if the father was checking on him like that. And if the mother was in the picture, was she checking in on him? I mean, it's so many ways you can look at this. And I think it was so many ways that this could have been avoided. But on the bright side looking in, my heart goes out to the victims. Thank God it was only 3. It could have been a lot more. Thank God it was only 3. But this is why I push so hard for mental screenings. I don't know how many times or on how many episodes I have been screening mental screenings. Get these people in these hospitals, get them evaluated, even if you have to evaluate more than once. Because there might be something you miss on the first test that you can catch on the second one. Maybe the third one. Because clearly, this dude right here, they missed something. They really did. They missed something. And it should have been fixed. But, you guys, if you ever feel depressed, down and out, you feel like you just can't take it anymore, there are plenty of hotlines to call. Or if you don't want to call a hotline, call somebody in your family that's trustworthy. Or if you have a best friend that's trustworthy, just don't take these kind of actions, because it's not worth it. You losing your life, as well as others who have nothing to do with what's going on with you. It's not fair to put none of the families, in heartache and pain and misery and things like that. It's okay to get the help you need. We're starting to see this too often. And as I said before, we live in a copycat world. And it's not okay. It's not okay. Thank God he didn't open fire at the university where he stopped to put armor on, and thank God he didn't. And the only reason he left there was because security guards, kind of pushed him away from there too. Like, no. But my thing is, they seen him there putting on armor and all that. How come you didn't call the police ahead of time? It's things like this. A lot of things could be avoided if they just use common sense. Just use common sense. A lot of things could be avoided. But with that being said, guys, I love y'all. And like I was previously saying, don't be afraid to talk if you're not feeling well, if you're depressed, down and out. Find somebody you can talk to, somebody you feel comfortable talking with. Because I would rather talk to you than talk at your funeral. This is not okay. And my heart goes out to the victims. I mean, they were just minding their own business, shopping and working. And then somebody comes in and takes their lives. It is important to remember hurt people. So, if you ever feel the need, just call a loved one, call a friend, call whoever you feel comfortable talking with. Call them and discuss what's going on, and you will make it through. And with that being said, you guys, we are all designed for a purpose. So therefore, we all have a purpose. So if you have found it, stand in it. And if you haven't found it, it's okay. Keep searching. Remember, no matter how big, no matter how small, we all have a purpose. You'll find it. And with that being said, I love you all. And I will catch you in the next one.